Edge with Sanji on the Coyote Man Show Network. On the Edge with Sanji on the Coyote Man Show.
Welcome, everybody. You're on the Edge with Sanji. Rondell, you here?
I'm here.
T in the building.
Yodi, man!
Yodi, man.
I think I'm here.
You think you're here? It's Monday. Represent yourself, sir.
It's Monday. This is Rondell, representative of the Rondell Clothing Factory.
Awesome. Welcome.
Reminding everyone to get dressed.
You are dressed. And we got Uncle Sheldon in the building. He's calling in. We had a little technical difficulties, but he will be back next week. Go ahead, Uncle Sheldon.
I'm in the building.
Woo!
This all right. Oh.
Right. So, we're not going to be here long today, guys. So, I just wanted to talk about some things. So, our title of today is, who's that?
I was trying to make my stuff go live. It
It's
wasn't
going
working.
live.
It's delayed
Our
some kind of way.
title is Bait and Switch today, guys. Who got the power? I got the power.
Ooh.
Yes. What you think, Uncle Shelton?
I don't know, T.
Let me find out you
You know
don't
what
want to
I'm
touch
saying?
the topic. That's what it sounds like. You sound like you backing out of it. Easy, Uncle Shelton. I don't never known you to sit down now. Come on. Who got the power? It's either a man or a woman. Come on.
Who's got the power? Let's go ahead. Let's answer that question, everybody. T said.
Let's go.
Who's got the power? Rondell?
Who's got the power?
In your relationship. Let's narrow it down.
Well, I think it kind of shifts throughout the relationship.
Oh, that's a good
That makes sense? I think it shifts, but the overall control should go to the man, which is me, and it does.
Awesome. And you, T, in your last relationship, who had
He said, you last
who's
relationship.
got the, what's the
It's,
power?
it's obvious who had the power. That was her last relationship.
She had the power then.
Your
was her
last
Good
last
answer,
relationship.
Rondell.
Because the other two are, we're current.
No, listen.
We're current.
Let us speak, Mr. Powerfulness. Less.
Okay, go ahead. State your case, T. State your case.
You know, good women allow you guys to think y'all have the power.
Woo! Wait a minute.
Wait a
now.
minute. You know that, right? So I'm gonna say y'all got
Well,
it.
it's a limited supply, though.
You got that. Y'all got it. Y'all got the power.
Answer the question, T.
Me,
Who had
the women.
power in
Women.
Your last
No.
relationship.
Women.
But see, no, I let me
No.
can I let me use a big word. Can I interject?
Go ahead
Mm-hmm.
and enter that. Yeah.
Okay. Now she did make a point because a good woman, that's the respect.
Right.
To let you know, not so much that she's like putting one over on you, but to let you feel that control, to let you have that. So that would also in turn have her to stay pretty much in her feminine
Right.
area and let you stay in the masculine area. So she does, I do, that can be built upon what she did say. I give you that.
Thank you, Rondell.
Yeah.
I appreciate your interjection and excitement. Okay. And T,
Yes.
could you answer the question, please?
I said women.
I said, in your last
Me.
relationship,
Me.
who had the power?
Me.
Okay. All right. And Uncle Shelton, in your relationship, who has the power?
Cheeto.
I'm that's some bait and switch.
No,
I got two
Cheeto.
bait and
She
switch.
did.
I got one on the fence. Okay.
Right.
All right. I ain't even gonna say them to Coyote yet, because only Coyote gonna let this whole thing out. So I'm gonna give y'all an example of a bait and switch.
No,
right?
give your answer first.
Give the
My
answer first.
Is in all my relationships, I believe that the man has the power, right? All right, but I never lived with all of the people. You know what I mean? I've been in relationships, and I do believe that the man has the power because only one can have the power. But I understand how, in different areas that people may give up their power. You know what I'm saying? But the way that it's being done is a bait and switch. So here's my example, and I told y'all this example one time. I was making pizza in the microwave.
Just to say it.
Right?
Okay.
And this man's supposed to have the power. He's in charge. You know what I'm saying? I look up to him. And the pizza caught on fire. Right? And the microwave. He ran out the door and left me, guys. Save yourself!
That's cool, buddy.
Bait and switch, right? So he left me having to put the fire out, right? Now, what
Did you
I
let him
do?
back in?
Let me tell you something. I had to pray like, God, now you're in charge. You are my husband, man. You are the head of my life at this point. Save me, right? Because he ran out.
He didn't even call 911.
This ninja ran out the door. All I heard was the screen door. Look, the microwave was one of them old school microwaves.
Was you cooking pizza for you and him?
No, listen, the pizza was old. And you know old pizza gonna catch on fire. I was in my 20s.
How old was it?
Right? It was dry.
Was
And
who
you know
gonna eat
they
the pizza?
tell
Was
you
he
to
gonna
put a
eat?
little bit
Was
of
he gonna
water.
eat some of this pizza
Coyote,
though?
I need you to lift your face up. I need to see your beautiful face and expressions. So they and then after that Coyote take over, Uncle Shelton, you already gave your answer, and that was a bait and switch. But anyway,
Alright.
and T's was a bait and switch.
No, I'm staying on it.
Yours is still a bait and switch. It's a switch. It's not supposed to be that way. And
Right.
Rondell is on the fence of a bait and switch. All right. So, but this dude was a real deal bait and switch. He left me to fend for myself. So, long story short, I had to pray, Lord, help me.
This is it.
Help me, Lord, because I'm about to burn up in this house, right? So, said, grab the microwave, pick it up, and it was heavy, and just take it outside, right?
Did you unplug it?
Who did that? You?
I did. It was on fire.
You
though.
unplugged it?
Yeah, it was on fire though. I picked the microwave up, but it was smoldering. You know, the door was still shut. If I'd have opened the door, it would have been smoke all in the house and fire. So I picked this heavy microwave up, took it to the back, put it on the patio, ran to the kitchen, filled a pitcher of water, opened it up, and threw water on it. Right? It was done. But if I'd have ran out the house, following behind the man that was supposed to have the power, the head of the household, whatever you want to call it, our house would be on fire. Bait and switch. So, do you get the chance to pick and choose when you want to be the powerful person in your relationship? You know what I mean? You're gonna just fall back, you know, when it's convenient because you feel like she's overpowering or whatever the case may be. That's just on the table. Coyote, who has the power in your relationship?
I do. And a man naturally has the power in a relationship, period. You know, by nature, that's given, right? If now woman,
Now make it fun, baby.
now woman also submits to a man to force him to serve her.
That's
So
piggybacking what she
that's
said.
that's
Mhm.
going in line with that. But as in the woman's power, every CEO has managers that's in charge of certain divisions. So she's in charge of certain divisions under those kingdoms. Even if you gave her the power and she went wrong and she blew up the house, by nature, she's going to remember who had the power. It made no difference whether it was her idea. It made no difference if you told her not to do it. She will remember that you're the man.
Right.
So at the end of the day, no matter what, you hold the responsibility. So even if you decide to be like, well, you the one, she's gonna be able by nature to throw back to you. No, sir. You're the man. So if this thing failed, it was because of you. Well, you said it makes no difference what I say. You had the power. So at the end of the day, a man can't look back at his woman and say, yeah, we got to put out the house because you did this. He can't look back at his woman and say, oh, yeah, we got destroyed because you did this. Because at the end of the day, he had the power. And if he gave up that power, that was his own fault because she didn't sign up for a relationship where he would give up his power.
And I agree with that. Everything that you said, Coyote, you cleared up a lot of things that make some sense. Everybody said something that made sense. So going back to Ron, okay, you say you have the power, right? And then Uncle Shelton said he believes his wife has the power, but are you specific in where do you believe that she has the power? Because there are places that the woman does have power.
Yeah. So manage.
So Uncle Shelton, go ahead. And then
Well, yeah. I mean, it's that bull jive that I be talking about.
Come on, Uncle Shelton.
Because the fact is, if I say the right thing, I'm still wrong.
So who has the power?
It ain't right if it ain't came from her. So from that standpoint, it's like my thing is, I'm going in what they call kind of survival mode. I'm surviving my generation. Because I'm not going to sit here and keep arguing with you. But I done told you, if you walk over there, you're going to fall in that doggone hole. You're going to learn today, you go over there and fall in that doggone hole. And then blame me when you fall in that doggone hole. I told your ass there was a hole over there. You know? Tell you like the old folks tell you, it's down the road for you.
Don't be eating sandwiches and falling in the holes on my watch, but I'm going to tell you this. At least you told her, though, Uncle Sheldon. That's your power. You ain't give it up. You told her.
But here's the thing. You damned if you do, you damned if you don't.
No, you
can float.
No.
That is wrong. I agree with Sanji. But see, no, but Uncle Sheldon, hold on, Uncle. But you're not really answering that. Maybe Coyote could agree with me too. You're not really answering. Now, advising someone is totally different. Mm-hmm. But Sanji asked a specific question, and you have to answer specific. So you still haven't answered yet. You acting like a politician.
No.
I gave an answer because it's
Coyote, you agree? Did he answer? You didn't answer.
You got the power.
You and I answered specific. Yeah.
And that's depending upon who you're dealing
with. See,
with.
that is the problem with a lot of the men today. See, they give those safe political answers. You see, and that's not what we need.
Ain't nothing safe about that.
Well, I believe that he believes exactly what he's actually saying.
Of course, he believes what he's saying.
But the thing is that he said something in what he was saying. If you listen very close to what he said, he said if he told her there is a hole over there, and he fell in the hole, he got tired of arguing. But the bottom line is, the bottom line is he had the power. So whether she fall in the hole because he told her to, or he warned her, at the end of the day, she gonna ask why the hole in the house. You know,
but that's her ignorance. That's her stupidity.
Because maybe so. Right. But this is the thing. Now, this is the thing. Now, check this out now. Mm-hmm. So if you don't, God said obedience is more important than sacrifice, right? So if you wasn't obedient, right, that man still has a responsibility because when you are in a position, you got to figure out how to run that position. Use Sony, for example. If I allow Sonji, I told somebody this, if I allow Sonji to smack me in my face, right? Okay. Sonji would be smacking me in my face every time I got on her nerve. Right. She would literally say, you hyping me up right now. I don't want to smack you because I know it's wrong. Like, that's the type of stuff she would say if I would allow it. Now, I know this. It's not because she a bad person. It's because it's in women to try you.
I'm not
But,
So
but,
it-
but that's
it-
but that's
it-
anybody. But that's anybody.
No.
You teach everybody how to treat you.
I would not
Yeah.
do that, but I will say this: if you still have to set your ground rules, and so Uncle Shelton, if you say, if you didn't say, I would rather you tell me like you just did, and I could think I know it all or whatever, but you told me.
Mhm.
So when I fall down in that hole, I still want you to get me out.
Right, but that's how women are. That's how women are. Yeah.
But my thing is, at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's like I do what I do. I say what I say. It's going to be resistant. And if I feel like going back and forth with it, depending upon the nature of what it is, yeah. But it ain't that many times where it's like, okay, this is a life or death situation.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a time where I had to tell her to shut the hell up and move out the way, cause you ain't dying today. Yeah, it's gonna be that. But not every day is gonna be that.
Go ahead. Let T come in. Let T
something to
interject.
say.
Okay, T's gonna interject.
Holding it in.
I think we are putting roles and responsibilities into what the question was. The question was, who has the power, not the role and the responsibility. So the difference is, again, we always want to, not to take anything away from you men, you guys are great. You know y'all have a special place in my heart. However, everybody comes from a woman. Everybody. Point blank, period. You can't take it away.
After
so,
they left the man.
No.
But what does that have to do with anything?
So again, the power comes from us. You come from us. It's not the role or responsibility. You trying to make it seem like, all right, Shelton, if you tell me again, if you tell me don't go in the hole, okay, don't go in the hole. That don't have nothing to do with you being powerful.
Right, I give it that. That's what I was saying. That advising and power is two different
saying,
things.
hey, you can ready to bump your big head if you get your ass in that hole. That's a difference.
Well, here's the point. There's only one person in your relationship because if you got two people that's in power, you guys
I think it's equally yoked.
Right.
No, hear me out. It's even in the businesses and stuff. You can't have a whole bunch of leaders. You got to figure out.
Right.
And not even putting in the roles in the place, just to keep it real simple. Do you know what I'm saying? You got one person in charge. You both can't be in charge. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? It's like you don't want that. You don't want to be in a position where a person is abusing their power. You know what I'm saying? But if it's done correctly, he's gonna need you. He's gonna need to have conversations with you where you guys agree on things. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not going to work if you don't. Go ahead, Coyote.
Every CEO has management, and he has other people that he actually speaks to.
Right.
You know, his woman is the next in command. So it's like, as a matter of fact, in ancient time, if something was to happen to him, she took over the kingdom. But she knew who the king was. You can't be a queen if you don't have a king.
Right.
So it's like it is clear. There's no misunderstanding about who has the power. You know, you give birth, you nurture our seed. You remake us over again after we drop a seed in you. You nurture it. So we give you a nurture, just like we give you wisdom, and you come out with more. So we give you a seed, you bring out a baby. So you nurture the actual baby. See. But we got to understand our roles, because most of the time when we think like that, we have to. Because what I'm saying about power is us misunderstanding who has the power. Now, we don't really misunderstand who has the power. It's just a talking point that we say. Because in reality, a woman has no way of enforcing her power. Meaning this, her true power is femininity. But if she ever tried to enforce the power that we're talking about, she would have to go to a man. She would have to go to a man to enforce it. So if you wanted to enforce femininity, you would have to go to a man to say, allow these laws to be in place so men can't do this to me. If she wanted to enforce anything, because if it wasn't what you call the patriarch, men would actually just come and take you and do whatever they want to do with you. But it was because of the patriarch and because of civilized people was in control of society. They said, no, we're not letting these men do this. But who's not letting them? Other men.
Right.
Because men are the only ones that can check men. So we can talk all of this stuff, but if it wasn't for men, we would just take y'all.
And, you know what? And that's a good point.
No.
And
I'm
again,
BD.
Men could check men. I agree with that.
That is definitely a good point.
Mhm.
And the thing is, it's like that's the reason why I say bait and switch is because what happens is when the male fall back, right, and let the women run things, they feel like I'm not being on nobody's side. When they do get in a relationship, that's when they bump heads. It's because you got it. It's like don't be in that relationship if you're not gonna give up that part. You know what I'm saying? Because other than that, you wasting your time.
Right.
It's gonna
You
be
know what
over.
I mean?
Oh,
You
yeah.
have to submit to that power, and the problem is we both have the same type of energy. If you both got the same type of energy, one of us gonna have to give up power. You know what I'm saying? And if you is not with the man that you feel like you can give that power up to, then you shouldn't be with that person.
Agreed.
Because
Well-
you're not going to
Submit.
look up to him.
Right.
You're not. You're not going to look up to him. You're not going to appreciate him. You're not going to understand. And the thing, everybody, the man's not going to always be right. And I think that sometimes he has to listen, and she's not going to always be right. So she has to listen too. So we do have to listen to each other. Going back to Uncle Shelton, we do have to listen to each other, and we got to have that wisdom and knowledge and logic along with the emotion. All that stuff got to connect. You know what I'm saying? But if you all emotional and you making decisions off of emotion, you all logical and you just making decisions off of logic, and it's not meshing together. It's like, okay, this makes sense, but it didn't work the last 3 times we did it, bro. You know what I mean?
Right.
So let's try it this way. Then he has to say, he's still gonna have the final say, but he has to say, okay, let's try it your way. But at the end of the day, he still has the final say. And Uncle Shelton, when you said she falls in the hole, you still had the final say. So even if you think you don't have that power, you still have it, even if she doesn't listen, although it does.
It sounds good. She fell in that hole.
You gonna get her out the hole, Uncle Shelton?
Yeah, he
I
is.
get her out, but she still fell her ass in that hole.
And he gonna
That's
laugh.
what I'm
Still
saying.
in the hole.
It's like, yeah, I can say what I say.
Uncle Shelton. All right,
I can
let's
say what I
let's
say
do-
all day.
Let's do a role play real quick, Uncle Shelton, because I'm a little lost. All right, tell me something that you think that I'm not going to agree with, and then I'm going to fall in this damn hole that you talking about. Go for it.
You said, tell you something that I know you ain't going to agree with.
Yes, and I'm just going to fall in the hole.
You are at 11, Sanji. I don't give a damn how you pitch it. You still at 11. You are not a 6.
I'm at a 5. Now get me
Good
out this
job.
hole.
Good job.
I believe that I'm at a 5, Uncle Shelton.
You can believe you at a 5, but they also know you at 11.
But does that mean I took your power away, though?
No.
Just because I don't agree
It
with you
No.
saying that I'm at 11, does that mean I took your
No.
power away?
depends on, but again, it depends on the subject. It depends on how adamant you are about the fact that you are 5.
Well, you haven't convinced me that I'm 11.
Right?
Coyote convinced
Okay,
me that I'm 11. Okay,
No,
cool.
no, I
Go
want to
ahead,
say this.
Coyote.
I want to
So
say this.
let me
Go ahead and convince me.
so let me ask you this. When Cowley said about you going upside his head, how likely is that to happen?
It'd be like a near miss.
A hard 7.
A near miss.
A hard 7.
If it's more than likely, then you just proved my point. You at 11.
No, I'm not at 11 right now. I'm at a 5.
No, not right now. What I'm saying. At this second, you're not.
So what do you propose to make me be at a 5? Because
What do I propose to make
you
you?
brought the problem to me. Did you bring me a solution? Because you the logical one.
The solution is you need to calm your tail down.
That's not. How am I gonna calm myself down? I got high potential.
Relax, relate, release. Go in the corner, breathe, take 5.
All right,
Get a
that's
sip of
good.
water.
Count to 10. Might count to 100. Pray.
What, all that.
Are you saying? But are you saying this in love or you just picking?
It's all love.
Because if you picking,
It's all love.
I'm at a 12.
It's all love. It's all true.
Tell
It's
him
all
logical
that.
and his facts over feelings. Uncle Shelton, his facts
What?
over feelings. Tell his facts over
Facts
feelings.
over feelings.
Facts over feelings.
Okay, well,
Yeah, well, feelings don't rely on facts. Yes.
I accept that, but I don't believe that I'm at that number that you said because I've been taking my love biome.
But okay, I get that. But let's take that. You don't believe that you're.
I'm out exercising. I'm doing all the stuff that you said. I'm out exercising. I've been breathing and stuff. So I might not be at a 5 or a 6. Can I be at a 10?
No.
But here's the thing. Now you say you don't believe that, right?
No, I just changed it around. I said I've been breathing like you said. I've been exercising, Coyote. I've been exercising, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I've been like, instead of throwing stuff when I get mad, and I told you I ain't throw stuff in a long time. That's why I say I'm at 6.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
We're proud of you, son.
Right,
Right.
thank you. Give me some kind of credit. So
Yeah.
Uncle Shelton,
She hasn't been provoked to throw anything.
that's a lie.
You see, you have to be provoked in order to
There you
bring
go.
it back.
Right. Right.
If you're not provoked, hey, it's just
I'm
easy.
glad you said that too.
Mm.
Right, you have to be
It's a
provoked
belief.
to
Now-
Right.
when you put behaviors at bay, you
Right.
have to be provoked, and not on a level like on a
Reflex.
surface level.
Right.
It has to be something that's going to hit you with
That
though,
you know,
like
to
oh
prove
yeah,
you have truly come
Right,
around.
right.
You have truly healed.
right.
So I wanted to cover something, but I'm gonna definitely finish off with what T was talking about. So yesterday,
What about the role
yesterday-
play, Coyote? We want to talk
What-
about what we just said.
yeah, I am.
Okay.
I'm just finished because I've been holding this the whole time. So a CEO has to be able to manage well, right? And he got to be able to manage his own emotions. So yesterday, this is using an example, right? Me and Sonji been on a new eating kick, right?
Mm-hmm.
So on this new eating kick, we went to the movies, right? And I wanted to get a cheese pizza, right? And I ain't had no business with the cheese, right? So she was like, "Oh, don't get a cheese pizza and stuff," and I really wanted the cheese pizza. So when she said, "Don't really get the cheese pizza," I took it. But then God wanted to try me again. She go and get some popcorn, right? So when she go and get some popcorn, my brain said, "This motherfucker just got some popcorn." She told me I can't have no cheese pizza. So I said to her, I said, "Listen, you just got some popcorn, and I done got some cheese pizza." Now she having a conversation like, "Well, you still shouldn't eat this, blah, blah." So my brain had to balance and said, even though she shouldn't have got that popcorn, you still can't get this cheese pizza because she actually right. Now, if she would have came at me like a man, and Sonji knows this, I'd have been eating 2 pieces of cheese pizza just because of the fact you're not going to threaten my manhood. But
That's an ego thing.
that's not how. And yes, and ego is and what's happened to the male ego has been shattered. So it's like to the point where Sonji knows not to cross that line.
So what
It's
about,
not- let me
what
just
if you
finish this-
got
let me
that
finish this one
pizza
thing.
And I'd have slapped it
Now,
out your hand.
now, you know that wouldn't happen.
Eleven.
Now, see, so the situation is like
What
this.
if the pizza, what if the
let-
pizza would have accidentally fell on the
let me-
floor by mistake when I
now-
kind of dodged it?
now-
What would you have done?
Now, I wasn't going to eat that pizza, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I had to put in my mind, she's right. Because if you're a CEO, you have a manager. You can't just do something based off of emotion. So I had to put in there, she was right. And her getting the popcorn don't mean that I'm supposed to do something else wrong too. So then we say, I said, Sonji, know this. I leave no room for disrespect. So that I believe that if you leave room for disrespect, when we finally get into an argument, it can go too far. So now I don't have to worry about Sonji slapping something out my hand because she know I might block. And I'm not going to do that, but she know I might. So that fact is Sonji don't want to be blocked. And Sonji don't want that type of friction between us because she know I'm gonna leave out the door before anything else. So we have an understanding. She know I ain't gonna hit her. You know what I'm saying? She know I ain't gonna go too far. But we had to develop these limits, and it ain't no such thing. I got rid out the house of the word provoke is gone because you ain't gonna have no excuse to touch me. I don't care what happens. I'm not gonna have no excuse to touch you. I don't care what happens. It's no such thing as provoke. It's a such thing as control. So the only person that she can control and the only person I can control is myself. So when Sonji say something real crazy, she might be into her hormone situation. And I gotta say to myself, hey, you know what I'm saying? I gotta think about this stuff, even though it might feel provoking. And Sonji know I done shut my mouth on a whole lot of stuff because I know that this is not the time, you know what I'm saying, to deal with her while she's going through what she's going through right now. She needs to get the green card. But we already developed certain lines. So if we didn't have a certain line and she decided she was going to talk about my mom, or we didn't develop a certain line and she was going to call me a B, or we didn't develop a certain line and she was going to get in my face and push me, we established that early at the beginning of the relationship so that we wouldn't end up in jail or in the graveyard in this part of the relationship. So now we're not pushing, we're not throwing things. Ain't no hands on. At the most thing that me and Sonji going to do is leave out the house or say something that we don't like for a second, but we got limits and boundaries now because we are not kids. We're grown adults.
And you have people looking on. You got children looking on.
Accountability goes a long way. So again, I don't get to act like an ass because you made me upset.
That's right.
I don't get to call you out your name
because
what I
put right here.
Listen, because you made me upset. I get to take a moment, breathe, and then we can have a conversation.
Because that's your reputation.
Right. Not only that, I feel like when people put their words on you, that's how they felt about you. They just waited a moment to say that. So that's that. So if I call you a bald head, ugly something, this, that, and the third, I've been wanting to say that to you. I've been wanting to say it. I'm just waiting for the opportunity to say it.
If you call me a bald-headed monkey, I already know you was thinking about it.
Right, you was thinking about it. But again, like to piggyback off of Coyote, his voice and his tone, that right there, because he has a loud voice. Yes. So I know me. I wouldn't be able to even get into an argument with him because even if he elevate a little bit more just to get his point across, that's gonna be a thing for me because I don't like to be yelled at.
And if I hear a person get soft, if I hear a person get soft, it's just like my father. If I said so and so and so and so, and you said so and so and so and so, it automatically will bring me down. And on top of that, by the time I get there, Uncle Sheldon, by the time I get there, you done unpeeled that onion.
Right.
So it's like the green guy, the heart. I'm the type of person that you really have to just pry and pry. The problem is if I'm pried too much, then eventually you've run into the little green guy. Right. But nobody want the green guy because everybody is destroyed. I'm destroyed. The other person destroyed. Nobody wins from that.
All right, going back to the provoking thing. So, Uncle Sheldon, with the role play, and that's good, Coyote. I just want to get back to the role play too. But that all hit a lot of points that we wanted to talk about. And then I'm gonna get back to you, Uncle Sheldon, and get back to you, Rondale. So with the conversation we had, what did you think about the role play, Uncle Sheldon? Did we resolve anything? I mean, not Uncle Sheldon. Rondale. Yeah, Rondale. What did you think about
what you and Sheldon just did?
Yeah.
Well, yes and no. I kind of think you resolved it, but I don't think Sheldon still quite gave the meaning of who has the power. I still kind of in the dark of that. How about you?
All right. I think that at the end of the day, we did have a agreement.
But let me just say this. But I mean, what he was like, let's say what he was saying. Like if I say, well, hey, okay, if I see my wife's got a car like it's a bad tire on there, I can say, hey, well, honey, hey, you better stop driving the car. You better go get it checked because the tire look kind of flat. Okay, she keep driving, and it blows, and she like crashes. Not even a fatal crash, but she like, let's say she just crash and just gets stuck. He has to call the insurance, the AAA, all that. But see, to me, what Sheldon was saying, that's just kind of like, oh, well, she didn't listen to advice. I don't think that kind of fits in the category of power.
Well, here's the thing. You have to listen to the conversation itself. That's why I wanted us to talk about it immediately afterward. Thank you, Coyote, for your input. But let's go again. You are telling me about my tire, Rondell. All right, go ahead.
This the role play?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, sweetheart, that tire's looking kind of flabby. If I were you, I would take it to the shop before you drive it some more.
Why? Like I just got this tire changed. You know that.
I know, but whoever changed it didn't do a good job. You take it back to the Toyota spot.
Well, I'm very busy.
Okay. I'm done. I'm talking about something else. I'm doing something else.
So you just gave up your power because
No, I didn't give up your power.
You should have took
No.
a car
No.
to get it taken
No.
care
That's what I was
of.
going to
No.
think of.
She's a grown woman.
What?
She's an adult.
Now, I don't. Now,
Oh,
let me say something.
Baby
No.
switch.
Now, let me say that.
No.
No,
Oh,
let me say-
Coyote had to say
No.
it first,
Let me
so
just say
you-
something.
No.
Now, Ron, I'm gonna tell you something. Now, and I'm not even gonna
Don't
say
get
that I
mad.
wouldn't have done the same thing
I'm
at
not getting
certain
mad.
times, right? But actually, that's a part of our. See, what that happened is we didn't give up our power so much we don't even recognize it anymore. And what I mean by that, I probably would have said the same thing that you said, but it still ain't right because the bottom line is, hey, babe, you need to get that tire fixed. No, I don't care what you're talking about. That tire might kill you. You know what I'm saying? And then that
Yeah,
tire is getting
but I've
fixed.
told her that.
No, but I
Yeah,
get
she
what
know that.
I totally get what you're saying. I'm just telling you, Ron, you have to agree
You
with
have
this.
to-
You have to agree with this. Our power has been taken away so much that we didn't kind of like got used to it. Like we didn't kind of like if you listen to Sheldon, it's not the fact that he don't want his natural power. It's
No,
just the
I
fact
didn't
that
say
it's
that.
been taken away so much that he didn't kind of got used to. Okay, if I done told you. Now
No.
you went a level step further. You
Right.
told her, right? But she didn't
Yeah.
want to do it. You
and
gave it up a little bit.
you're talking to the wall.
Hold up. My turn.
Hey.
My
Okay, go ahead,
my
go
turn.
ahead.
My
Go ahead,
turn.
T.
My turn.
Fire.
So you saw that tire wasn't
And she
up
did
to
too.
par. Wait a minute. Even if she did, you didn't say that.
She
Listen.
did too.
Okay, she saw it. You saw. We saw. It's there.
Yup.
You, as a man, said, "Hey, babe, let me get your keys. You gonna drive my car today?"
I've done that.
Hold up, cause that tire needs to come off,
I've
and
done
you
that.
cannot drive that car with that tire
I've
like
done
that.
that.
That's the power, and that's where the submission
I've
comes
done
in.
that.
Because again, you want me to go take this tire that's already low to the ground around to somebody's garage or what have you to get fixed.
Mm-mm.
And
Toyota
wait a
place.
minute,
You
there
put
goes
it up.
you. Listen,
That's
that's
your
the
scenario.
same thing with taking out the damn trash.
Uh-oh.
Anybody can take the trash
wait a
out.
minute, wait a
Anybody
minute.
can take the trash out.
Yeah, wait a minute, Rondell.
No, I gotta agree.
Wait a minute, Rondell. And then you guys, not everybody, it's not an old man thing, get upset when we get into our masculine side. You just told me to take my freaking car to go get maintenance. You the man.
Now hold up. I was almost with you. I was driving the truck with
No.
you.
Okay.
T,
Until
you're
you
wrong.
jumped into
You're
your
wrong,
masculine
T.
side. Now, let me say
No.
this.
I'm
So I'm gonna
T, you-
let me
but I'm gonna have to say, T, you're wrong. No, no,
Check
no.
this out. Now, let me say this. Now,
Don't
give me
agree.
this.
Sorry,
Give me
don't
this.
agree.
Now, give me this.
I
Now,
agree.
Don't agree.
T, I agree with all the way up to push you into your masculine side. I'm explaining to you
No.
why. What I mean by this. I agree with everything you said up to then. Now I'm gonna talk about the part I agree with. Sonji, I took off all my clothes, right? I'm in the room. She want me to go she was like, she didn't tell me to go to the car and get the keys. Go to the car and get something. She said, I'm gonna go to the car and get something, right? It's right outside in front of the door.
It's still
Now
dark.
she said to me,
There's some wolves outside.
you should have went outside and get that key. In my mind, I said, she goddamn right. You know what I'm saying? But I was gonna take my naked ass out there. But
Nobody
she's
wants
damn
to do
right.
that.
So once I ate that, now I'm saying this to say that because of what's been done, we have to reinstate
Yep.
our manhood. Now on the other side, this is the only part I don't agree with. I don't
Disagree.
believe,
Disagree.
regardless of what you do, right? Regardless of what you do, I can't jump into my feminine side.
No,
Like and regardless of what I do, you can't jump into your masculine side. We have to be accountable for our own position.
But now, Coyote, you losing me.
Wait a minute.
All right. I'm speaking. I am speaking. This is what
she jumped into.
I'm speaking. I'm speaking. This is what I'm trying to tell you. This is the reason why I brought the whole topic up, bait and switch. The bait and switch. You gave up your power, right? If you're the man, and if you want to go masculine and feminine, we could do that. But if you let me do masculine things, okay, and you take the feminine side, you know what I'm saying? You cannot complain that the woman is acting masculine because now she's out there taking out the trash, changing tires, carrying heavy bags. Everybody's mic is off, so there's no need to talk while I'm talking because your mic is off.
Okay.
I'm saying she's changing tires. You know what I'm saying? Carrying heavy bags. And she's getting used to it. Okay? She's getting used to doing all these masculine things. And then if you decide to want to take your power back, okay, and she's used to it, if she's good, she'll give it back to you. You know what I'm saying? Because she don't want to do this stuff. You follow me? Hell to the no. We don't want to do this stuff. We do it because we have to. You know what I'm saying? So if I get up and I see the house, the trash bag is stinking in the house, me saying, okay, I'm going to just go ahead on and take it out. You know what I'm saying? But then tomorrow, the trash is still there. I take it out again, and I don't say anything to you. You somehow in your head got to be like, bing, 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 bing. This trash is mysteriously being taken out on its own. You know what I'm saying? That's a part, I'm telling you, little things you guys give away. I'm not giving up the mic. There's little things that happens that slowly happens. You guys give up your power. And that's where the bait and switch. And the same with the women. It's like we give up our femininity by becoming masculine. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to agree or not. I'm just saying we will give it up to become masculine, not on purpose.
Because we can't depend on it.
Right. All right, so Coyote, go ahead.
Now, this is real important. Let me just say this because I just want to clear this up. It's a difference between doing masculine things or doing nurturing things.
And responsibility.
And communicating
I'm talking
masculine
about
and
power.
feminine.
I'm talking
So
about
let me finish my statement because it's important. This right here is important.
Y'all on the edge.
Wait a minute, hold up. This is
That's what it is.
Wait a
On the
minute.
A.
What I'm saying now is very, very important. People need to hear this. It's a difference, right? Now what Sonji said was 100% correct. But I want to make this very clear about jumping into each other's masculinity and femininity.
Gotcha.
It's a difference between doing a nurturing something that Sonji would do and her doing a masculine something that I would do and communicating masculine and feminine. They're different because when you communicate masculine to a let me just say, but most of the time when a man is having an issue, he's not going to have an issue with you're doing something masculine. That's just his responsibility that he give it. Yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying the issues come from.
I agree with that piece.
The issue comes from.
That's another level.
The issue comes from the communication because if all of a sudden we had an issue with y'all and every time y'all talk to us, we like, well, if you better, y'all would be like, what? No, get yourself together, boy.
Right.
Why?
But you're sassy.
Because the because the communication and jumping into each other roles as far as practice are two different things. It's the communication. Now, as far as our roles, we're supposed to do our job. No, what she said, I agree with. So what you said, I agree with. We supposed to do our job. We men. You know what I'm saying? But that don't give us an excuse.
But hold on. Okay, but Sanjay, he talked. But now let me.
No. I'm not letting y'all deviate. I'm not.
Oh, no, I'm not deviating.
So what I'm saying is, all I'm talking about is bait and switch and giving up your power. Okay. So recognize when you give it up, and then you guys can tell us when we give up ours. Go.
Okay, but Coyote, define you said we got to do a masculine or nurturing thing. Okay, what is a nurturing thing versus a masculine thing? Define that for me.
Okay. So masculinity is balanced aggression. Femininity is balanced. Balanced. Wait a minute. Femininity is passive. Balanced passive behavior. So that means that your behavior, a man can be. A man uses feminine. I use my femininity when I talk to you. I don't say, Rondale, blah, blah, blah. I say, hey, brother, blah, blah, blah. We deal with each other in a type of way because we know amongst men, we don't have much room before it's confrontational. So we don't really use our masculine aggression against each other because we don't have to. We have made a positive, we made a masculine and feminine. So we use that energy. I'm not saying sweet or anything. I'm talking about we use the feminine nurturing side to talk to another brain, a brother's brain, because we in full understanding if we step beyond a certain line, it's going to be a problem between men. So if it's going to be a problem between men like that, then you know we not handling that from a woman a certain way. So it has to be a certain type of dialogue amongst us.
I'm lost. How does that fit our subject? So power.
No, I was just.
But I get them because I was going to clarify. I kind of get them, but I'm still out there.
You got positive and masculine. I mean, you got feminine and masculine.
So I'm gonna connect it. I'm gonna connect it because I want to make sure y'all stay on topic. So because I want to make sure y'all stay on topic because we only have a certain amount of time. We got 10 minutes left. You listen, stay on topic. I'm not playing games. So
We're on topic.
no, what I'm saying is with Coyote, just to make you making it long for no reason. The power on power. So you got two men, right? And y'all both got the power, right, Coyote?
Yeah.
All right, I need you to look up.
We both got the power.
Y'all both got the power. All right, so y'all both got the power, right? And you're talking to Rondale, right? So you're saying that you keep it at a certain level, almost like feminine, but not feminine.
One of us, if Rondale starts saying something to me and he's the one that's teaching me, in a sense, I'm going to become the wife. It can't be both of us. We can't.
Both of
we
y'all
can't
can't
both.
be in power at the same time.
No.
This is the point that I'm making, Talithia.
No.
When you got a man and a woman, I just want to make sure that the bait and switch and the power struggle, that we understand that somebody. So like, if say you guys call men beta, right? So if a man
that's beta and alpha.
No, I call it. I'm not dealing with no beta man.
Right. If a man is a beta and then he has an alpha female, then she's in the power, right? But
he's in trouble.
Exactly. So we are aware that
You need to get out of there.
we are aware that there's going to be some issues, you know what I mean, because of that situation. But you got two people, like you just said, two alphas, and y'all males, right? And y'all not gay or nothing like that, but y'all talking to each other. Y'all give each other that respect. So all I'm saying is, when you with your woman or you with your man, that one of y'all got to have the power. So if he's the one, then she's got to take it down a couple notches. If you don't like the word submit, you got to take it down a couple notches.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So
I agree.
if you don't have that situation, Uncle Shelton, how do you propose to make that better?
You get another man or a woman.
Uncle Shelton.
Exactly. Now I agree with that.
You get another man or
Tell
a
her bye. Tell her see ya.
Uncle Shelton, are you still there?
Yeah. Yes, I'm here.
All right. Well, how would you propose to, get that power?
It's difficult when you're dealing with someone who feels they've always had to be that power and unwilling to relinquish
Just leave it.
based off what they're used to. So I don't really know exactly how. I mean,
I think you
because
do.
it's kind of like
I think you do. I think let's role play with Talithia, and this is our last role play. We got 10 minutes, right? We're gonna leave the screens like that. Don't worry about it. How would you get Talithia?
He not.
No, Talithia.
All right.
Oh yeah, she not. Yeah, I mean that's right.
Your role is to hear what he say and make sense out of it.
All right, go ahead, Shelton.
All right. Babe, I think we need to take care of this bill, because if we don't, our stuff gonna get cut off.
Baby, my bills is already paid
Sure.
a month in advance, so I already know that right there that's just you problem. You done messed up the book some kind of way, because these bills is paid a month in advance. And anybody who know me, no, my bills is paid a month in advance.
But that's because you didn't account for the other bull job that you bought that I had.
That's a bad example.
Yeah, no, baby, listen.
So this is why this is, if you want to get technical about it.
Now what I did do,
You paid your bills because they were your bills. But I'm concentrating on our bills.
No, listen.
And when I try to pay our bills and still trying to finance your bills, that's why we're here.
No, listen. Now, what I did do was pay that bill that you're talking about out the other account, and you will see the difference. And you will see the difference in 3 to 5 business days. So that bill is taken care of.
So you didn't tell me you got me working my nerve.
Yes.
Over something you done took care of online. I got to pay the bill right here just because it ain't cost in the situation.
That's my role. Cool. I write down the bills. I budget the books. Listen, I paid it out the Navy Federal instead of Capital One. Get 3 to 5 business days. You'll see the difference.
Wow. What's wrong?
I ain't got nothing to argue with that. It's like it is what it is. I mean, okay.
Now, Sheldon, okay.
I need her. Y'all gotta follow directions.
Right. Okay.
I need her to give him back the power.
Give him back the power, too.
Oh, all right.
So we can move on.
So you can once the 3 to 5 business days are over, you can go back and look and see, and then you can come to me to see if the book's balanced out. Okay.
Okay, so 3 to 5 business days. If it ain't right, then I'm coming back at you. That's what you say. Okay. That sounds good.
That's too much.
That's a lot. Y'all got a problem with the bills in the relationship.
I don't know. I pay the bills.
Baby, you right.
Baby, you right. I said, baby, right. That was my mistake.
But they get at the end, so the conversation be over with.
I did.
It ain't over with T.
It's over.
First of all, T said, I pay my bill. Y'all married? What? There is no my in a relationship.
But the bills are paid. The bills are definitely paid.
Right,
the bills are paid.
All right, Uncle Sean, I'm gonna end it. You know what? You're exactly right. It was a mistake.
It was
on my
a mistake.
behalf.
Right. I failed.
And I'm glad you brought that to my attention.
And I just did that.
Right, but
really.
You gotta say certain words that make him feel like he's
There's no ma, there's no
I. You gotta say certain words to make him feel like he's in power, and you didn't take it away from him.
Okay.
You follow me? You're saying it like this is something you already have under control.
I do.
Hey, obviously he don't think so. So you gotta reassure him that.
All right.
T is something.
You know what I'm saying?
Shelton, honey, listen. The paper bill that you have came out before.
She sound like the husband.
Hey, okay, can I interject? Can I interject? Can I interject?
No, I wanna. This is
Come
a
on.
lesson.
This is the only time I get to use the word interject. I like that word. Can I?
I want her to learn her lesson.
Okay.
Let her learn the lesson,
I'm
please.
sorry.
I'm trying to teach you.
Can't interrupt the role play.
I apologize. You know what?
Go ahead.
I apologize. Shelton, you got the paper mail out the mailbox, and I made sure that the bill was taken care of. Unfortunately, I missed the accounts up, so you should go back and see within the next 3 to 5 days that is taken care of. And if you would like, you could take over the bill moving forward if that's what you want to do, because clearly I was off task.
All right, and Uncle Sean asked.
Yeah, you okay? You survived that? You okay?
Yes.
I mean, long as we clear.
We need to call somebody?
I'm good.
One second. Let me, Uncle Shelton.
Yeah.
You ain't know what to say.
Uncle Sheldon was in the corner. He was trapped in the corner. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay.
You ain't know what to say. And,
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
gonna say this, T. That was a very good example of giving him back his power. Coyote, what you think?
That's bullshit. Let me tell you something.
I think it was good.
No, it ain't that.
Because I think it was good from the switch up from where she was from the beginning.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
And
that's
listen,
good.
That's
listen,
It sounds good.
This is on the edge, and we are talking about.
Okay.
This is season 3,
So-
and it's about knowing ourselves, not knowing T,
So-
knowing yourself.
Okay.
So I wanted to say this one thing about power, and then I'll take it to that bull crap. So the power, like women in ancient time, they actually had power. It's just the fact that they didn't express it like men. They actually controlled the kingdom. So they was behind closed doors, making all kinds of things move. They just did it softly because they knew that their femininity was powerful.
Right.
They knew that if they jumped into the masculine, they didn't have no power.
Right.
So their power was based in femininity. That's one. Two
I
is
thought she was very feminine.
Two is no, I ain't talking about that. Suspect.
No.
Suspect.
That's suspect.
But
That's
listen, let me give it. Yeah, compared to what she be kicking out.
You know her.
Now listen.
That's
Now listen.
it.
Check this out.
That's
Check this out.
it.
Then the last thing I wanted to say.
Don't knock my host, y'all.
The last thing I wanted to say. The last thing I wanted to say is us men really got to pick up the mantle. Because what didn't happen, you know what I'm saying, what you're actually listening to. You know what I'm saying? Because what I heard T just sound like was what I supposed to sound like, right? So the thing is that people like to say, well, I don't care if this person do this, I don't care. What you don't understand is once you mess up the order that God placed things in, it's going to have a side effect no matter what you think. Whenever you adjust the situation, and it don't help her neither, because it's a reason that men die quicker than women.
Yes.
It's because we hold stress. So when women start sounding like us and start acting like us, they die just as quick as us.
Hypertension.
Yeah. So it's like all I'm saying is that we women and men have to jump back into their positions. I'm not going to say, all I'm going to say, men, you got to be accountable for yourself. And I'm going to say, women, you got to be accountable for yourself. The reason why I won't blame each of y'all for the other person, because then you won't do no work. If I say, men, if you got like you supposed to get, she would get like she want, that's a damn lie. If I told women, if you get like you supposed to get, he'll get like, that's a damn lie. Both people have to accept accountability for themselves. And if they make themselves the right way, then your frequency will bring to you what you're supposed to actually have, because you only connected to the person that's like you. You are attracting
I agree.
yourself.
You attract yourself.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's obvious.
Yes.
So, Rondale, you've been raising your hand like the little guy back in the day.
In school.
Ooh, Mr. Kyle.
But no,
Rondell.
So go for it. 'Cause you got the floor.
yeah, I agree with that. I'm kind of with Coyote too. She was sounding very masculine at first. She did clear that up.
Mm-hmm.
She was sounding extremely masculine, and you never T. Now I don't know, but now what's in you comes out.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay.
I don't know how to be nothing else
Now I
but
believe
me.
that was you.
Practice it.
Never
Right.
ever call a man a term of endearment
Dear.
with that force. Only in a loving way. Hey, dear, honey, those are terms of endearment.
Okay.
Never say that in a masculine way. When you say honey, sweetheart, baby to a man, keep it in a feminine, enduring way. Never when you about to go off, never when you hyped. No. Never do that. Keep those terms of endearment feminine.
Okay.
Don't call him honey when you about to tell him what the deal is.
Oh, wait.
Just say, hey, or even just call him by his name, or just say, hey, this is it. But don't call no term of endearment. That's a no-no. I don't like that. Yeah. You're gonna call me a term of endearment, keep it dear. Keep it feminine. Okay, and the reason why men don't live as long as women is because we gotta deal with women. That's the bottom line. Now let's wrap it up. I gotta get out of here before I get a phone
The
call.
more power you have.
Oh, I do know that. And
Yeah,
then
the
again,
more
like the
power
piggyback off
You gotta
of
deal with your people.
Rondell with the whole card thing. And again, we don't, like Sonya said, that's not what I want to do. I don't want
I
to
really
take the
don't.
trash out. I don't want to go get my car maintenance. I don't want to wash my car. I don't want to do
But what
anything.
makes y'all think the guys want to take it out too? But it needs to be
Because
taken
y'all
out. That's
want
called
stuff- 'cause y'all want to
responsibility.
take
But again, if you
That's
can
called
come home,
responsibility.
the house smell good, things
Right.
are put in place.
I mean, you
the
could have beat me
food is
to it.
cooked.
Yeah, you could have
all
beat me
that.
to it.
Yeah.
You could have just got the tray before I got it. I could have been on my way to get it,
Everything
and you
is in a
snatched it
place.
up.
Uncle,
Yeah.
Uncle,
Your stuff
I'm
is
sorry,
made. You can
Rondell, you heckling.
strategize.
You're heckling.
But now
No,
we
no,
gotta
but that is true.
strategize and
That's true stuff.
nurture.
Listen, Ron, you know that if your wife was right here, right now, you wouldn't be saying.
Oh, but she already know that. That's why she's my
What
wife.
You did wrong.
She know me.
You need to.
Mhm.
You need to step your game up. You giving up part of your power.
No, I don't. I
Listen.
disagree.
Listen, that's why.
Because, because like I said,
what happened with Steve Harvey?
if someone comes,
You gonna
if someone
be
comes
with-
in that house
you
shooting up the
want-
place, I won't send her to go say, hey, can you go see who
What I'm
came
saying-
in down there?
What I'm saying,
No.
you can be
It's
whoever
just
you
taking out
want-
the
you can
trash.
be who you wanna
No
be,
harm, no foul.
But you better take that goddamn trash out and
But
stop.
if it's stinking,
Stop being
anybody can
feminine.
grab it.
Stop
That's
being-
responsibility.
Go ahead, Uncle.
That's just like sweeping.
listen,
I
listen.
sweep the floor. She sweeps the floor.
Listen, it's not for. It's not.
That's
for,
a clean house.
It's not for us to check you. It's for another man to check you. Go ahead, Coyote.
Now I'm not gonna check them like that.
No, I mean, that's true,
But,
okay, yo.
what
No,
I was
I'm
saying,
just
what I
being
was saying.
silly.
But you clean in the
What I
house.
would say it like this:
Right.
when it comes to do with like cleaning and stuff like that. Now, how my
That's
fa-
not
how-
feminine
how-
or masculine.
Now I'm gonna tell you how my father had it. Right, is that we did outside work, women did inside work.
Right.
Now I knew how to do, like when my sisters wasn't around, my mother trained me how to do in the house. But when my sisters was around, boy, what you in the kitchen for? Now I could cook everything. I could cook, clean, but they separated things so that we knew when a woman hands touched the food, right? So it's like I know that that's what's supposed to be. If a mouse come in the house, I'm gonna deal with that.
Oh, yeah,
thing,
I go after
You know
that.
what I'm saying? Because I don't
Hey.
want her hands touching things that ain't right. But you know
Well, I
one
know,
thing that you said,
like
Tim,
my wife, I know she ain't gonna want to kill a rat.
I understand what you said about, yeah, it's kind of hard to, like, you put everything in place and then you got to strategize like a man would too. But this is my advice to you and to all women and to all men. We need each other, but we stay as close to our lane as possible. But we need each other so that way, if something was to go, all right, if right now, if you did something that I supposed to do, right? So if you went out and got the keys, like Sonji said, which I'm dead wrong, right? But what I should have said was, oh, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Even though she shouldn't have been out there doing that. Or she took out the trash, thank you. You know why? Because of the fact is, show gratitude when somebody is in your lane. I know a guy that cooks every day, and he can't figure out why his woman don't give a dibbity damn about the food he cooked. Why? Because he do it so much. That's just what he do. You know what I'm saying? But when the guy that cook, like sometimes we used to cook on Sundays and stuff like, oh, my man fixed a big meal. So it's the same thing when your woman do something that she pay a bill, you ain't know what's gonna get paid. You did? You did? You know what I'm saying? Not that you supposed to. Sonji know good and well. Is no matter what we go through, right? Sonji could, when we was working at jobs, Sonji could come home and be like, I don't like the way they acted. I'm gone. Now, I said, you don't work there no more? No. Now, inside, I'm saying, what the fuck? Right? But outside, I can't say that because it is not her responsibility. I said, are you sure? Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Boom. Now, I might go out the door and be like, ah! But she ain't saying that.
That was going to lead me to my next. That was going to lead me to my next statement. Now that women are in the workforce, be more than ever, not like our moms and our grandmothers. That's another thing that people don't take into consideration because the roles underneath the household don't generally change.
They won't.
And again, so how do you navigate through life?
Well, you just gotta help each other out. You know what I'm saying? And we have to close. At the end of the day, you got to help each other out, but you still don't want to go too far to the left or too far to the right. I had a friend
I agree with that
used to cook his own meals every day, right? Met a new girlfriend, and every day she come to eat, right? And it started getting on his nerves. He didn't know why at first. You know what I'm saying? He said, do you know this heifer had the nerve to just sit back and watch TV with her legs kicked up while I'm cooking and ask me,
was for
The
dinner.
dinner.
Like a dude,
He
right?
created that.
Yeah,
Agitated him. You know what I'm saying?
he created that.
He did create it, but the thing is, he didn't realize what he was doing. He didn't want her to cook in his kitchen, in his house, because he didn't want to give up his power. But at the same time, didn't realize that by him cooking and not giving up that power, you know what I'm saying, it made her feel like she didn't have to do nothing. So she would call up and say, I'm coming over. What you cooking?
That's right.
And he like was cool with it at first. You know what I'm saying? And then it started being annoying to him. You know, so he stopped cooking. Go ahead, Coyote.
I just want to say this. The reason why we have to stay as close as we possibly can to our roles, because it's not safe for a female, right?
Oh,
So
okay.
if a female wants to work, it should be because she's trying to help build the kingdom, and then after that kingdom is built, she don't supposed to be answering to another man but her husband. So she don't even really supposed to be in that domain. That was just for them to work to get the kingdom rolling, right?
Right.
But other than that, that don't supposed to be. You got to try to put things where it's supposed to be, because when things get out of order, it tend to keep falling out of order, and then you wonder, it's like that guy. I know a guy that thought he was doing the same thing because he called himself being a nice guy.
Right.
But women don't like nice guys. They like warriors that can be nice. So in that sense, because they get bored quick. Women will get bored. T, will they get bored?
Coyote,
Absolutely.
They'll get bored.
Coyote, I appreciate
It's that
you.
attention
I
span.
appreciate you,
It's
T.
short.
I appreciate you, Ron. Uncle Sean, you got any closing information? Because we get ready to close out. It is 1:07.
Let's get
Our
on.
meeting. We've been we're an hour and 7 minutes. So Uncle
On the
Shelton,
edge.
go ahead.
Not much, but be good and listen, pay attention, and compromise sometimes. I'ma say that.
Reciprocity. Equal give and take. Equal give and take. I am not my grandmother or my
Within
mother.
your boundaries.
That's
Within
within
your, within
Now,
your,
what does that
within
mean?
your boundaries.
You gotta explain that.
I'm not my mom. I'm not my grandmother.
Sorry,
They're my
time's
aunties.
up.
All right, Ron, your last closing statement, and go ahead. And you got 2 seconds.
2 seconds. You gotta stay in your lane. Know your
Yeah,
role.
know your
Stay
role.
there. Stay in your place. Bottom line.
But what about the bait and switch? Stay in.
Well, again, first find a mate that willing to do that. It's not
Right.
about submitting. It's about what your woman is willing to do. Find that woman. Don't get one and then try to make it that woman.
Right.
Yeah,
You can't make
find
a
that
hoe
woman.
into a husband. And you can't make a hoe into a housewife.
But not necessarily a hoe into a housewife, but you gotta get someone who's willing to
Put
stay in that
effort.
role.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That makes sense. And T,
You know what? When
Oh
God
my
made me,
God.
He made me. He made me. He only made one of me. So I get it. I stand in your power, whatever your power is,
But
as a
you-
person.
are you willing to kind of like give the man his props?
Yeah,
Give
he
him his
has to lead. I am a whole force
Give
to
him his
be.
props.
I am a whole force, and he has to lead me,
Right.
honestly, and not no
But
shortcomings.
he's not gonna always do things the right way.
It's not being perfect or doing things the right way. You have to lead, not be led. Lead.
But then you have to be able to, you know what I'm saying? Because what happens with a lot of
That
us
sound
women
good.
is we kind of rough.
Uncle
That
Shell.
sound good. That sound good.
Okay.
Stop, yo. Stop. Come on now. Stop playing.
Uncle
Stop
Shell.
playing.
I'm telling the truth.
Ray, get you.
Hey, leave T alone. Come on
It
now.
sound good.
I'm
It
telling the truth.
sound good.
Well,
But the second, because all it takes is 5 ounces of belief, and y'all ain't gonna listen to a damn thing he said. So stop it. Stop it.
I am.
Stop it.
I am.
Stop it.
Part of letting a man lead is also letting them fail. So you have to be able to let him fail, because see, when somebody, God puts somebody in charge, or if the police in charge, whether he wrong or right, you coming. So we have to understand what authority actually is. Sometimes you give authority and he ain't gonna be right all the time, but that don't mean that you come out your mouth the wrong way. You stay in your feminine tone and you say, hey babe, do you think we could have
Right.
blah, 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 and let God work it out with him in his mind, and he'll do the right thing. If you do that, it's going to work out better for you. If you don't, you're going to be alone. And that's just what it is. And if men if you don't stay in your masculine, you're gonna be alone. I'm gonna tell you why.
Ain't in a
Because
nursing home.
because if you do what these women telling you that you should do, and they don't even agree with it. I'm not talking about these women on the stage. I'm talking about the talking points out here. You're gonna be alone because women get bored. Women are a certain way. They need a man. They need a leader. And if you let them, give them rope, they're going to be a cowboy. And guess what? They're going to be down taking orders from the pool boy. Because the pool boy ain't going for that.
You know what?
You mean like the thug?
The thug. Because the thug is going to be like, he ain't giving her all that room to be doing this and doing that, and he don't got a pot to put flowers in or a window to throw it out of. But he will.
About that. Did one BT?
You know,
Absolutely.
Well, he don't have to deal with it. He just send her home.
But if
he don't have to deal with it.
If she in his house, he gonna deal with her. Now, I'm not saying that's the way a woman should be dealt with. I'm just saying she's gonna be taking it out of 3 holes.
Wait a minute.
Oh.
Hey. All right, guys. I thank y'all for tuning in to On the Edge. Listen, my closing remarks. These guys is off the freaking chain. Uncle shouting today. Listen, debate and switch. Debate and switch and who has the power was the topic today, guys. I appreciate y'all. I don't want y'all to be rude because the show is not over yet. I need y'all to pay attention.
You sorry.
Yeah, y'all disrespectful as hell. Like right now, I got the power, and you guys are not being respectful. Y'all not. I turned the mic off because y'all not being respectful. You just talked about roles. You talked about posts. We didn't even really get into that, but. I got the post right now. I am the host.
Yes, ma'am.
And I actually gave you guys ample. I can't even talk. Amount of time. Bleep, bleep, bleep. That's all for to talk.
Come on.
So I gave you guys y'all chance to do y'all closing remarks. So mine is okay. You know, just keep an eye out for the bait and switch. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, be mindful of the things you can do to help each other, you know. And yes, the other day when I did go to the car, I went to the car to get the charger, right? I did tell Coyote, I said, you know, technically, but I knew he was undressed and I knew he was tired because he worked out really hard. So I went, but I just did not want him, just like he said, to not know what your responsibilities are and get used to being a certain way. Because in one day I might go out there, God forbid, and it might be a deer we got deers, we got foxes, we got raccoons might come out and he'll be like mad at me because he'd be like, you should have just had me go.
And she checked me, but femininely.
You know,
I'm gonna just let all of them in the house and then you can deal with it.
you said you're gonna do what? I'm sorry.
Let all the animals in the house, then he going to deal with it.
Yo, them animals gangsters, hell. But I want to appreciate you guys. I really appreciate y'all opinions. It was an awesome show. Uncle Shelton, awesome show. I'm sorry. Next week, we're going to have your face in the place. We got your voice here, though. And health is definitely our wealth. Next week, we're going to talk about some health products and stuff that is going to be
in the building,
healthy for your intergut. So, I'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
Peace.